everybody. Oh, there we go, we've got a light going on there. How are we all doing? And this is a bit of a later one today for my Thursday live. I've actually just come back from the Mums in Business networking event, the Solihull, Coventry and Birmingham group. So I've been there all morning, had a great time. Really lovely to be back doing live networking, live face-to-face talks. That's how I love stuff like that. It's been a long time coming. So yeah, it's been great today to go out and do that. Go and attend a live event. And it kind of leads me on to, all my events through sort of from next week are going to be live. So I've got my live practitioner program, and I've got a live one-day women's business event as well at the sort of 20th of November. So, it's kind of getting back into these face-to-face. So I've had a great morning at the networking event, the Mums in Business event. It was really fabulous. And this afternoon, another amazing, busy, crazy day today. So I've literally just come through the door to do this. So apologies for it being late, but it was because I was out. And then this afternoon, I'm a speaker on the stage at the very first International Midlife Women's Day event as well. So I'm on stage 2 at 4 o'clock. So if anybody wants to go over there, it'd be great to get your support over on there. I am there at 4 o'clock this afternoon. Okay, so that's my crazy day. If you are here live, as ever, please do pop a comment in, say hi. Yay, when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. That is the title of today's session. And so if you are here live, do pop a hey in. Nice to see you, Chantel. And as usual, put your hashtag replay if you're catching up on replay. Because it's great to catch it, see all, what everybody's ahas are and things like that. So today's talk, when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. How to keep going when the tough gets tough. How can we keep going when the going gets tough? Because let's not beat about the bush. Some days are really nice and easy, aren't we? And, we kind of wake up, one out. And, when we, got that get up and go and we can take on the world. And then other days we're just really thinking, I just can't do this anymore. I want to give up. Is it really worth it all? You have that resistance comes up. And actually you then start pulling back. That fear and the doubt kicks in and, raises its ugly heads. And you can actually feel completely taken over by your thoughts and emotions, feeling really uncontrollable. So let me know in the comments if you've had any of those days lately, because it's one thing that I have started noticing at the moment, that it is something that's happening right now. And, we can really feel that we just don't know which way to turn. That things, even just simple daily tasks, are just too difficult to manage, that we're not able to think rationally. We get too many choices, got too many distractions going on, and you then start self-sabotaging. So let me know in the comments if that is you, because I know and I know for me, I can get really productive sometimes at putting the washing on, pairing the socks, tidying up for the 7th time that day, all the things to avoid the uncomfortable stuff. So we can, and that's how we can self-sabotage when we're feeling this kind of, do you know what, I just can't, what is it worth it? How can I keep going when, it feels sometimes like you're pushing water up a hill. And actually that loss of control and that feeling, that overwhelm, can actually be really disempowering, can really make us feel, it can actually just get really exhausting. It can get exhausting and you can just be feeling helpless. So again, let me know if that's anybody here. So when the going gets really tough, So Chantal, you've planned to get to the nearby Radisson Hotel so you don't have house chores to distract you. Yeah, absolutely. But I'm going to give you some other tips today as well. I've got 7 tips that's going to help you when this resistance stuff actually call that keeps trying to come through. So I want you to, so I'm going to go through some of those. I can't get rid of this call that keeps coming up. So firstly, I want you to know that, this is normal. This is normal. So when stuff comes up and, that it's really easy to hide and sink back into the shadows. And like we said there, we can get easily distracted. It's normal. It's normal. And it's actually a normal part of making these positive changes in our life. It happens to all of us. So I'm going to also tell you today why it can actually be a good thing. It can actually be a good thing. So if you've been having a bad week, if you've not been showing up, you've not getting the results that you want, I've got some simple tips that I'm going to share with you. Because running away and hiding, it's never created success. So I want you to get your focus back. Your mind will always focus on the bad stuff. It's his job. It's the unconscious mind's job to do that, because it's looking out for you at all times. And it can even construct stuff for us. You know about those little stories, the ones that we create inside our head that are not true. So, our mind can play these tricks on us. So you can actually change that. You can actually start focusing, consciously choosing to focus on the good stuff. That keeps you focused and productive. But it's not always that easy, is it? It's not always that easy. And certainly for me, I obviously understand how the mind works. I'm starting to run my the actual home study and online training for my NLP practitioner next week. And, these are the fundamental aspects of NLP. It's how crucial to how the mind works and how people do what they do. So, it's almost like if we kind of know this stuff, we can actually change what's not working. Now, like a lot of people, I've often felt the urge to, I've lost my nerve and I've wanted to give up on things. It's easy to get into that kind of point where it seems as though all of this time and energy and effort that you are investing in your dream, in your goal, and the time it's maybe taking to get to where you want to go, it can be really daunting. So sometimes there's loads of excitement, sometimes there's enthusiasm and creativity. And then often it's followed by that despair and discouragement and, you just want to give up. So I just want to first of all say, if you give up now, you're giving up your bright future and the great results that you're going to get. So you're not going to give up. You're not going to give up. However, I do know that this stuff can be really tough. So here's my tips for you to actually help you to keep going when things are not going to plan. When you've got that resistance coming up. And we've all had it. So I've got some tips for you today. So number 1, stop the madness. Stop those spinning plates. Now, I know it's easier said than done, but you've got to have the courage to stop what you're doing, slow down, and rest for a day or two. Regather yourself so that you can see the bigger picture and get a handle on things. Give yourself a break. Sometimes that overwhelming feeling of wanting to give up is actually just a signal to take a break. You're putting in too much time. You're not being productive. Because if you are working at every hour because you're pushing and pushing and pushing, you are actually putting in too much time. You're not going to be productive or effective when you're doing that. You're trying to stick to those over-optimistic plans. So listen to your body and mind. I know for me, I know only too well the effects of pushing too far and being ill. That's for migraines. So take a few hours off what you're doing. Forget about your tasks, your business, or whatever it is that you want to give up on. And you will be amazed at how that can recharge your batteries. So give yourself permission to stop if it feels too much for you. Just stop. So whatever you're trying to push yourself towards, just stop. So be gentle with yourself. Back off is the first thing, which some people might go, that's easier said than done. And I know, I get it. But actually, if we can make some time to take a step back, you will be fully charged. Number 2 is to lower your expectations. We set such high expectations that you can actually that we should be achieving X by this amount in this amount of time. And if we don't do it, we're a failure because it's not worked. But actually, if you lower your expectations so that you can actually reduce your resistance, instead of expecting yourself to do everything and do it perfectly in one session, then it can make such a difference. So maybe you say, look, I've got all of these things to do. I'm just going to do a small amount of them today. So if you are, you're starting a new exercise regime, for instance, a 5-minute walk instead of expecting yourself to go from 0 to 90 minutes, of exercise. I've actually had to, I had a little back procedure a month ago. So I went back to yoga for the first time last night. And, it was tough. It was tough because, I was thinking, I want to get back to how I was. I was pretty good at yoga. And I had to take a step back and just go, right, what can I do today? I can't do my full class, so what can I do? So break it down into those smaller, actionable chunks and steps for you. Okay, number 3, remember why you started and how much you really wanted it. So allow the part of you that said yes originally to signing up to whatever it was. Whether it's a course, whether it's a new exercise regime or new way of eating or a new opportunity for you, think back to the goal that you had in mind, that beautiful picture that you've imagined. It's really easy to lose the sight of that big picture in our busy everyday life. So going back to the beginning, it brings into focus our purpose and it reconnects us with our why and why we're doing what we're doing. So for me, it was always about more freedom, seeing the world and exploring new things. Now, obviously, we're not able to do that kind of right now properly, but just to live a healthy and fit life. So get back into, that, breathe it in, that purpose, breathe in your purpose again. Your higher self knew that was right. And we always, the right decisions are always made, when we are genuinely heart aligned. So, what is right and true and authentic for us, that's when it's great. It's all perfectly aligned for us. So what's most important to you? How do you want to live your life on a day-to-day basis? Look at the bigger picture of your life and how you really, really want to spend your precious time and energy. Because do you really want to live a life in chaos? So take that time to refocus. I want you to write down, 5 reasons why you started on whatever it was that you wanted to start and how much you really wanted it. So focus on that bigger picture, that bigger outcome and all that vision and, why you are doing it to bring those desires back. On the flip of that, I want you to also then look to the reasons why you've been thinking you want to give up. You can get really tied into going round and round in circles and over analysing. So are you tired? Are you not taking care of yourself? Have you got a cluttered environment? Are you taking on too much? So, that you're not feeling the support, that you're lacking, abilities in something. So take a step back and tackle the real issues. Facing what's happening, ask yourself those questions of, who am I being right now when I'm doing this? When I'm maybe not being productive, who am I being? Is that in alignment, with my overall outcome, my overall goal? Is that going to get me to where I want to go to? So remember, there is no failure, there's only feedback. Win or learn, but we never lose. Okay, number 5 is to simplify. It's really easy to become overwhelmed by all of the information out there about any change that you can make in your life. There's just so much, and you end up doing too many things at once. So commit to less. Close a few windows down. Close it down on the computer. Focus on just that one thing. And stop comparing yourself to other people and what others are doing. So really just think about, our brains are programmed for instant gratification, but progress and success really doesn't happen overnight, and certainly not in a perfect straight line. So there's going to be ups and downs. So, expect that it's going to be 1 step forward and 2 step back. Everything you want to create, will take much longer than you probably expect it to. So be patient. Yeah, too many tabs open on the web browser and in the head too. It's a metaphor for it. Yeah, I've actually, when I went out this morning, because I've been at that event, I actually took the opportunity to close everything down on my Mac and switch everything off. I shut it down because, when we've got loads, I actually did a client call, a coaching call last week. And whilst we were doing the call, she wanted to share her screen with me to just show me something that she's working on. And she had about 35 tabs open. And it was kind of like, if that's what's going on your computer, what's going on in your life right now? Because I guarantee you that is, replicating what's going on inside your mind. So close the stuff down. Close it down. Next one then, number 6, is to celebrate how far you've come already. When you're overwhelmed, you're tired and you're emotional, it's really easy to lose perspective on what you've actually achieved so far. So all of the things that you've learnt, the steps you're taking, the challenges you've overcome, appreciate and celebrate what you've already done to move yourself towards your goal. Do you really want to give up now that you've come so far? So make sure that you are writing down a small win every single day. I do it every day, just that small win as a reminder, and it will change your perspective for you. Okay, number 7, the last one, before I give you a little gold dust snippet, is to change your state. Change your state. So NLP is a great tool for changing your state from procrastination to motivation, to boosting your confidence and energy. And again, that's stuff that I cover in my NLP practitioner and master practitioner programs. And for an immediate change state, I want you to do shoulders back, head up, smile, and put on some of your favourite music. Sip some water. Use essential oils. Whatever works for you to get out of that really immediate stuck state. Do whatever you can do to get you out of it. Do whatever's the opposite of what you're doing kind of right now is the basic principle on that. Because clearly what you're doing is not working. So something's got to change. Something's got to change. So that will get you out of your immediate rut when you're kind of feeling like that. And the last bit, my last little bit of nugget for you today, the little gold dust I want you to remember is usually when you are having this stuff happen, it's usually when you are close to your breakthrough. So just think now, if you gave up now, you could be just on that cusp. I know for me, when it's times when I think, God, I can't go on this, then that's the lowest point, isn't it? That's the lowest point. Then something always happens when I've pushed through it. It's usually at that time when you are so close to the breakthrough. It's that final test from the universe that you really want it. So keep taking that action, even if you've taken a step back and you're now taking, smaller action. Take that action instead of giving up and doing nothing, because, it's when you're at that point, I know something good's going to happen. I just know it. You're really on that cusp. You're on that breakthrough bit there. Okay, I hope you found that useful today. Please do. I love reading your messages, so please do message me with your ahas from today. And also remember, today is the last day that you can sign up for the NLP practitioner. And it's my last NLP, it's my last accredited program, because I'm not actually doing the accredited NLP training next year. So this is your last chance to do it. If you would like to sign up for it, drop me a message today and we can get you on the home study straight away. And we do the online training next week, and then we go live. Woohoo! As I said, I've also got my one-day women's business event coming up. And so, there's 25 women already on that one. It's going to be an amazing event too. So have a wonderful day. Do let me know your biggest ahas. Thank you, Chantal. Lovely to see you. And I will see you all again next week. Bye for now.